Hello again. Good morning. It's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expression Start Studio Gallery. And I want to play some more. It's been a long time since I did a curvy swipe, and I've never done one on a black canvas. And I want to see if I can make some interesting patterns and follow the patterns with some pieces of damp cotton rag as swipe tools. And I'm hoping to not make them too muddy. I may give in and use my swipe tools. This is a white pearl. I'm going to use a white base to make my initial design because I have great trust in my abilities to create lines that I like, except for right then. I don't want to go too crazy. Short trip. But I need some white, and I might want to double that. I'm just going to add some colors to it. I'm hoping this is going to be easy. That would be nice for everybody, I think. People ask me how long I've been painting. I've been painting since I could hold a brush. About 5 years old was my first show with my parents. I had a portrait and a still life and a landscape, and they were all pretty cool and recognizable, which is the point. I don't know, probably not good to brag. So if I don't put all the same colors everywhere, and it's a nice cool day here in Florida comparatively. It's sort of like a warm fall day in New England, where I'm from. I like the choice of where I get to put the colors. I don't know how this is going to work, or how they're going to blend, or what's going to happen when I try and swipe them. The dry canvas is an unknown factor, so I'm pretty happy. I've wanted to use some copper for a while. It often reminds me too much of brown, so that's not my first choice often. But I do like metallics, so that seeming that I have a bunch mixed up, I ought to try and use them once in a while. It is looking kind of brown to me still. I like my Prussian blue, even though I haven't cleared the tip, because it has Deco Art pouring medium mixed with the Floetrol and the GAC 800 that I tell you all about in the recipe below the video in the description. And Deco Art pouring medium is something I know that sells. Kind of makes me want some black. It's kind of a neat pattern already. I don't mind it. All of my tips are being clogged. I think that my paint is low, and I was supposed to mix paint a couple of days ago, and now the marbles are lodged in the tips. So if you ever can't get paint out, you know what's happening. Your marbles are just in your chips. You know, I'm doing this, and I'm getting to the point where I just love my purple so much, it's really hard to make something without it. It seems like it needs another color to me. I forgot to go find my silver. And if I have it behind me, that would be good, but I don't. So, I think the next best possible choice is either turquoise, that's probably it. Or I have that color shift. Maybe both. Why not? Hard telling what this is going to be like. There's the orange near other things definitely makes mud a lot of times. But I'm hoping that if I take the time necessary to clean my swipe claws once I run out of them, that that will be helpful. And depending on how the paint is spreading, that's a little better. I like that a little more. It doesn't keep me from wanting purple in there, though. And you know what happens when I want something. Does it want to be dark? Does it want to be light? It wants to be light, I believe. And this is a nice metallic purple. I think that's just what the doctor ordered. Yeah. I probably should have waited on some colors just to see how things were turning out before I made those decisions. I'd like to just throw some chain in here or some beads, and that would be neat. play with, but let's see what happens. Oh, I have another color I forgot, and it's very similar. Yeah, it's too similar. Let's just throw some of that around, because we can. Kind of like that piece right as it is. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm very tempted to do stuff, like use my basting brush. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll start with the basting brush and see how that works. Because that I know I can rinse off. And I can start by wiping it off also. And it often makes cells, which is pretty cool. So that might make me happy. I'm not even using my rags that I said I would. And I am thinking that because I like the way it looks, and I was worried about the orange making mud, but I don't have to worry about it quite as much now. And I can lead those off in all kinds of directions. Cool. This might be a good idea. Let's just see. As soon as it starts making mud, I want it to go somewhere else. Yeah, I'm a purple girl from way back. I can't help it. That's the way it is. I don't think there's any necessity to stay inside the lines here either. I think crossing over the black will create some interest, and dragging the paint out isn't a bad thing. And crossing them over isn't a bad thing either. Making it go over the side, not hurting my feelings. Just curving those up. It's different. It reminds me of some of my other stuff, but that's okay. That's stuff I liked. Yeah, let's just go right through the designs. Make sure to wipe off my tool once in a while. Fill in. It's just really colorful clouds. Maybe I'll make a dragon like this someday. That sounds like an interesting idea. I've been wanting to do it for a while. Just having a good time. Moving some paint around. And if I'm missing a color, because I have squeeze bottles, which I recommend, I can just add it right on after, I think. It's a little busy. I don't think tipping will help. Pretty sure beads are not the answer. It's already looking a little ring pour-y. Not that you can make a ring pour like this, because you can't. I'm kind of missing some stuff over here. And that worked better than I thought it would, and that's okay. It's covering a lot more of the canvas than I had anticipated. But that's okay too. You've got to start somewhere. It's an experiment. If it's not perfect, that's okay. That's how you learn. By trying. And that purple's not hurting my feelings a bit. I like it. Right there where it's at. And paint's going over the sides. Yeah, that's nice. I like this. Maybe as I learn to do it, I won't have to overabundance myself with marks, and I can leave some of it to just become whatever it wants to be. I think the yellow is a good idea. Some places, at least. I like it a lot. Kind of brings some continuity to things. What else do I want here? I want to steal some paint to go over the edges in a couple of places. But other than that, the edges are looking pretty good. And this is neat. I like it. It's something similar to what I had in mind without having to use the swipe claws. So my little basting brush came from Walmart a long time ago, and I pulled every other bristle out so that I wouldn't get glops. I don't want strokes, I want strands. And that is making me happy, and that's pretty simple, like I said. I don't know what you'll get. It depends on the colors you use, honestly. I want some light blue, if I can get it. Let's see what that does. Yeah, I like that. It's sort of an abstract expressionist piece. I like the light blue. It just adds a little bit of pop. We can still torch to release air bubbles in the paint. And maybe release some patterns too, you never know. I think I want to make a wavy sea like this at some point. Dragons and wavy sea is what it reminds me of. Dragonflights. I like those dots of paint too. I like them when they're accidental. I'm not sure I like them as much when I do them on purpose, but it's not hurting my feelings any, and I could add a few more without it hurting my feelings at all. Maybe even the yellow. We shall see if I really feel that way or not in a moment. Alright, so that was pretty simple, like I said, and now I'm going to torch. That one yellow line is leading my eye right off, which is making me kind of crazy. I don't have any pink in there, but you didn't make it with any pink, so you know what, it probably won't stay anyway. But sometimes I just need to add stuff where I need to add stuff. And that's not hurting my feelings a bit. Matter of fact, I'm going to just take a skewer and let it follow the line. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with this. It's not perfect, but it's growing on me exponentially. I love remembering that I have squeeze bottles for a reason. And I like the lines the basting brush makes. Let's see if I can do something right there. Blend that right in. Yeah, that's okay with me. Cool. I don't know that the neon pink will dry bright, but I'm really liking what I just did. It's different than a lot of other things, and it's making me happy, so I'm good with it. Always use the dull end of that. Be good if I'd found my glasses before I did this. Oh, good, they're on my head, right where I should have looked for them. Alright, well, that's okay. One spiral is not going to kill anybody. Two either. And a few dots here and there that turn into spirals. Not the end of the world. So I like spirals and dots. Maybe they can go all over the place. The basting brush reminds me of fork marks. I think you could do something similar with a fork, to tell you the truth. I really like what I'm doing with the little spirals. I have no regrets. And this is cool, and we got 3 minutes left for me to tell you, shop my Amazon link. It's right under the video, and you can buy Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatulas there. You'll only find one, and I think it's the round-tipped one, which is right there. But they're all listed by numbers. They're $5 to $10 depending on the day. Don't pay more. Somebody's ripping you off. My OXO omelet turning spatula, which I did not share with you this time. Buy the big one. This is a small one. Buy the big one. It's cheaper, and it's awesome for covering a canvas with wet paint. Underneath my video is Teespring, where my leggings and t-shirts and stuff are. Follow the link and see what's on my storefront. It's pretty awesome. I just started doing this, and I love it. And I'm sharing every one of my favorite paintings right out of the gate with you. My artwork is for sale. and I need to sell some. I'm running out of room in my house. I need a gallery in Tampa or someplace further south as soon as I can afford the gas money to get there and the hotel to stay over. So thank you all for the contributions. You're really helping me keep going and explore further. I think I want a little bit more pink right there. And encourage me to do this. And this is a job I love. I never thought I'd have this job specifically, and I'm very pleased that you gave me a job and that you talked to me and that there's 35,000 of you. And if you want also to read the recipe, it's in the description under the video, and at the bottom of the description under the video are 2 Facebook albums, volumes 1 and volumes 2, of the artworks from YouTube, and my Instagram link, and my Pinterest boards. So if I've forgotten to tell you anything, it would be that there's a contest from November 5th until December 5th at midnight that will be announced on the 8th of December, where if you look for my studio tour, an Expressionist Art Studio Gallery playlist, or something similar, sorry, duh, you can win one of 3 paintings, a choice of one of 3 paintings if you're the winner, by contributing through PayPal or Patreon. 2 places you can contribute. The links are under the video, and there are icons on my YouTube channel header if you need assistance. I'm loving this. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you just generally. You bring pleasure to my life, your presence, and I hear I'm helping some people, and I'm very grateful to be able to be of assistance. So I will see you all guys again in the next video, maybe, and keep telling your friends and subscribing, and if you know anybody who's rich, send them my way. I need to sell some paintings. I love you all. Bye for now.